Hey there, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. I made it to Jackson. I am currently enjoying wrapping up a 5-day stint in Jackson, Wyoming. We decided that at last minute that we needed a mental break. You know, it's been crazy since the summer, but just these last 2 months, right? My jawbone collapsed because apparently I have osteonecrosis now. Yay. So I had to have surgery for that. I'm on a forced hiatus from treatment because my body just can't withstand treatment right now and it needs time to heal. And while it's healing, the cancer's growing. So it's a little strange time right now. But after the bone surgery, I got the permission I was healed, I could fly. I don't have surgery till next Wednesday, so my wife and I jumped on a plane and we came out to Jackson. As always, we're trying to find a way to mentally get through the insanity of watching me slowly die, and there's nothing we can do about it. So we came to Jackson. It's been a beautiful week, if not an incredibly emotional week, you know. As you know, my wife and I bought a home in Jackson Hole a couple months ago. My wife finally, thankfully, so happy that I'm here for this. You know, I've had so many friends, so many humans that I've met that didn't have the time to even acknowledge the shock that they had cancer before they died. They didn't have time to be able to find their breath again and spend time with their children or their loved ones or whatever. And so I am very grateful for the time that I have. And I think that the work that my wife and I are doing in doing a deep dive of processing my dying, imagining and planning for her future, it's all super emotional. It's super hard work, but I'm so grateful that I'm here for it. You know, my wife has given me the gift of being able to do something to know that maybe she'll be okay. And that's this new home in Jackson. It's the first step for her. And so this week when we decided to bail on life and come out here and try to catch our breath before the surgery next week, we already have all the bones set in the house, all the furniture, all the practical functionality. And so this week we said, let's just go out and let's find the art and the warmth that makes the home, right? Let's do date night and go out to dinner and let's just dream about building a beautiful home together. And so we've been doing that, and it's great. And it also at times is overwhelming and leaves us in tears for the present that we had and lost, for the future that we're losing, for, so much. It's so much. But again, I'm so proud of my wife for being willing to do this with me, and I'm so proud of myself, you know. I've been here 4.5 years longer than anyone thought, and I am grateful for every minute. So it's been quite lovely this week. And you know, as we are both dealing with my options becoming limited, the surgery next week is to correct my platelet issue. My body makes platelets, but my spleen hoards it and doesn't let it flow through to my body, and therefore I can't get my chemo. So the hope is that on Wednesday I'm going to go in for this new age thing, like they've only done like 50 of these surgeries or something. But the hope is that they will modify the spleen, embolize it to make it release those platelets, and then I can return to chemo. So in preparation, thinking about the surgery coming up, this week with all of the wonderful and sad and crazy emotions. The one thing that I have been focusing on, because I am trying to quiet my mind, you know, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, you know, learning to be still, learning to accept that there may not be any more options. And so this week, you know, while I've been out here, I've been focusing on my breath. Returning to the basics of breath work. I found breath work to be a wonderful tool over the years. I was introduced to it. I remember, and again, you know, I'm super visual, so I remember living in a crew with First Nations folks and some other folks, but in the desert. And I just remember this dude teaching me that at the time, he's like, you know, you keep all of your energy here. You block everything from coming through. And I was kind of like, what do you mean? He's like, you know, he goes, when life comes at you, he goes, I see you want to hold it like this and control it. And instead, you need to find a way to open yourself up, regulate your breathing, and allow whatever that is to come in, visit you, and leave. And that kind of became a visual of mine over the years of when I would get into super stressful situations. You know, me in the middle of the desert, and having whatever come in, visit, and leave. But it's all based on your breath, and your breath work. And then I was introduced over the years, you know, in studying Taoism or Buddhism, or, you know, breath work is really the basis of so many of these thought philosophies. And so this week, the only thing that we can control is our actions and how we approach things. And so I'm doing a lot of breath work to, one, make sure my lungs are strong enough for the surgery, and two, to find some way to quiet my mind. Because if the surgery works, great. If it doesn't, then I need to find some kind of trial. And I know that sounds like, well, there's still hope out there, Nicole, but I have I have the colon cancer mutation. My mutation's like 12 letters long. It's the rare little bugger. And there's just usually not any trials for me, but we'll see. So again, this week was all about regulating my breathing. So hopefully by the time Wednesday comes, I'll be ready. It'll be easy peasy, and it'll work. I've been doing a little bit of other repair work, trying to get ready for the surgery, but also not just to quiet my mind, but I do believe that that we do have some impact when you do this kind of visualization work. So in addition to my breath work this week, I have been, because I'm outside of chemo, so I've been using the visualization technique that we were talking about last week. And I have been, basically, I visualize myself going into my body, finding the spot of cancer, and then taking freaking hammers and ice picks and like every single tool to smash it, to pull it out, to scrape the sides, kind of like you're on an archaeological dig, right? And I will spend usually about a half hour a day just imagining that my body is attacking the cancer and crushing it and pulling it out and controlling it. I don't have chemo, but I have my mind. And in my breath work, I've been visualizing doing a lot of repair work to my lungs. And for me, it really is as simple as I have my Rainbow Glitter Warrior character who goes in and is doing patchwork and healing work and rubbing the spots on the lungs and that kind of thing. And so, you know, I think, unfortunately, there's there may not be a lot of concrete things that I can grab onto to do for myself today, but I do believe in the power of visualization and breath work for myself. And so that's been an amazing tool this week. Well, speaking of breath work, my wife and I are going to go and try to tackle a little hill mountain that is behind us. I haven't been able to crush physical things as much as I want to, but I am getting stronger every day, and we're gonna go and try to see if I can get up that hill. All right. Well, thank you for coming to visit, and I will see you post-surgery next Sunday.